have any questions, just ask any of the crew. If we don't know something, we'll make something up. That sounds good.
How do you get out of the harbor?
Carefully. No, we generally we're motoring out of here because it's such a narrow and small channel to get out. But like we'll set right as we get outside of the harbor, right off the point out there. So we go all over the place. We'll be here all week taking students from various schools out, teaching them about Long Island Sound.
Some of them, so some planktons will stay tiny their whole life floating around, but some of them will grow up and become bigger animals. So barnacle is one of them. They'll be floating around for the early part of their life when they're a baby, when they're small, and then it'll attach to something and grow its hard shell around there. It'll stick, make like a natural glue, like a cement, and it'll stick to the bottom of the boat. And then it gets kind of like a free lunch, a free meal. It spreads out these fan-like, almost like little fingers, these fans that sweep around the water looking for food. In fact, all of the water in New York Harbor used to be filtered out by oysters. But now all those oysters are gone. The water's kind of mucky.
Because they ate them.
We ate them all. We did eat them all. But right now they're actually trying to reintroduce them and bring oysters back to New York Harbor to try to clean out the harbor, actually.
Farming?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's like SpongeBob right there.
Watch SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you remember evil plankton in SpongeBob? That's a real animal. That's this guy. He's a type of copepod, which is a name for which is another name for a type of zoop, which is a specific type of zooplankton or animal plankton. Do you know what plankton are?
They're
You know plankton, right?
Sort of anemone, I think. I'm not.
Anemone, but anemone start out as plankton.
Yeah.
Plankton are tiny, tiny, tiny little animals that cover the surface of the water all over the world and all through the water column, deep into the water as well. Some of them are so small you can't see them, they're microscopic, like phytoplankton. This is a picture taken with a microscope. So they're tiny, 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 barely even see them. This one's called a diatom. They have, their body is made out of silica, which is the same stuff you make glass from. So it's like its body is like two pieces of a glass jar that fit together. Really cool. They come in all different shapes and sizes. And these guys take their energy from the sun just like plants do. The plant plankton. So we have plant plankton or phytoplankton and animal plankton or zooplankton. The animal plankton have to eat other plankton in order to survive. And the phytoplankton get their energy from the sun.
Do they have anything in them that if you step on them, something will be released? Like, do they have anything?
Like if you step on them, will they squish?
Yeah.
The animal plankton probably more. I mean, it can be squishy. Yeah, probably. I would suggest you go squishing and making plankton jam. But yeah, maybe. But you want to see some plankton? Yeah. Right here. We caught this in our plankton net. This guy right here. So we take this and we attach this this bottle. We call this the cod end because that's where all the fish are caught. And we attach this all the way on the back and throw this over the side, attached to a cleat. Do you know what a cleat is on a boat? This metal piece looks kind of like a horn right there. So we tie it off that cleat and throw it over the side, and it fills up with water and plankton. You want to take a look? You can hold it if you want. So if you look really, really closely, you might see these tiny little animals that are jerking back and forth, that are moving around. There's some stuff just floating around in a circle. Do you see them?
They're on the top. I think they're dead.
Now some of them, I think you mean those are some sheddings. They're even smaller than that. Look a little near the bottom there. See things going back and forth like that? You see those?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? So most of those are zooplankton. Those are all zooplankton. These guys. You can see them with the naked eye. And some of them, if you can believe it or not, some of them might grow up to become fish, or crabs, or mantis shrimp, or barnacles.
Shrimp.
Mantis shrimp? Yeah, awesome animals, right? You know what a mantis shrimp is? It's got these little, it's got these appendages on the front of these modified legs on the on its upper on the upper part of its body, near its head, kind of like boxing gloves. And the way that they stun their prey, they could eat, is they punch them really fast, and they can move their arms so fast that it makes a shock wave, like a sonic boom, and it stuns the fish.
Like, how long is the lifespan? Can they be?
What, for plankton or for these guys?
Like for for plankton?
Plankton is basically a name for any animal in the sea that's drifting around with the current. So it's not any specific species of animal. Plankton actually comes from a Greek word that means to drift. So it could be anything from a 10-foot-long giant jellyfish to a microscopic phytoplankton. But there are many different species of animals that make up that living soup of plankton. So even though you can't see it, the reason why the water is dark mostly is because you have tons of these tiny little animals in there, along with debris from runoff from the oceans and fish poo and pee and all different kinds of stuff in there the animals do in the water. But it's full of life. It's a living soup, is what it is.
I don't suggest
drinking it. Well, it's also really salty, so that probably wouldn't be good for you either. Wouldn't taste good at all, huh? So we have zooplankton and the phytoplankton, right? But they're also holoplankton. That'll be tiny their whole life. Holoplankton, whole life. Like a copepod, like plankton from SpongeBob.
So they can live forever.
No, not that they'll live forever, but they will stay tiny their whole life. They don't get bigger. So like, when you're born, you're a baby, you're really small, but you're gonna grow up and get bigger. These guys will stay that size, tiny their whole life. These guys will grow up and he'll be tiny when he's born, but then he'll grow up into a big crab. Start out as plankton and grow up into a big crab and sink to the bottom of the water.
If they're first one animal, then how do they know how to become another animal and use their...
Oh, it's the same animal. You're still a person when you're a baby, right? You're just smaller. We call that they're in different stages of development. So you develop it. You kind of grow into something else. You change. That kind of is, right? So you'll be a little bit different when you're a grown up, but you'll still be a person. In fact, all of the water in New York Harbor used to be filtered out by oysters. And now all those oysters are gone. The water's kind of mucky.
Because they ate them.
We ate them all. We did eat them all. But right now they're actually trying to reintroduce them and bring oysters back to New York Harbor to try to clean out. It's called a spider crab.
What's he holding?
Holy cow,
Lives
check that
way down at the
out.
bottom of the water.
Wow.
You guys want to check out some critters? Hey, this is called a spider crab. You want to try to hold him?
No.
It's pretty.
All different colors. He's not even pinching me. This guy's actually really nice. I have some pretty bad hair. These crabs, but this guy's great.
So it's really cool about
You
this
guys
guy.
want to? You can tell he's a
So
boy.
we
You can
call
see how
him
that's
a
going to
fish
shape
crab.
like a rocket
It's
ship.
actually a lot
Rocket
closer
ship.
related to
That's how you tell it's a boy.
scorpions. These are a lot closer related to
Pretty crazy, right?
He's not poisonous, no.
Do you guys want to touch it?
His tail, it's called Kelson.
Soft.
He uses it to put himself back up. He's upside down.
There you go. See it? It's not too bad. It doesn't
See,
hurt.
he's got his legs.
This is called a rock
It's
crab.
kind of like a big brush. You want to feel it?
He's like,
Hold him like
yeah, you hold it from the back. You just want to be careful.
Male or female? Anyway?
Yeah, right there. You
How
just
do you
hold it
know?
like that.
whoa.
Crazy.
You guys want to
See?
try holding him? Look, he's
Actually,
like
funny you say that.
grabbing my hand.
Among horseshoe
He's
crabs,
holding my
I
hand.
don't
a lot of
think it's
animals,
too bad.
especially horseshoe crabs, the females are bigger than the males.
Oh my God, what is
Females
that?
bigger.
What's that? That's a
Male.
horseshoe crab. You want to go see it?
Wow, that one's really
Oh, it's got those little fuzzies.
Feel it? It's kind
This
of
feels
fuzzy.
good.
I see his eyes.
Woo! It does feel good. I promise. It won't be spiny.
Mimi do it with you.
Okay, look.
Oh, look
Yeah, it's kind of soft.
Oh, I like the feel of that.
It's like little hairs on there.
Yeah, and these guys have little channels all the way in. It spirals all the way up.
Are there mammals?
They're not mammals. They're mollusks.
Mammals. It's a
Yeah,
mollusk.
that's a good question. They are hairy, so it might, because mammals usually have hair, right?